this is very quick because I've got to get going. I'm late coming downstairs. Not late, but I'm on time and need to keep it moving. But this is something that has been on my mind, if not for months, at least I'm going to say it's been some months, but I have hesitated to say this. What I am about to say is from the Akashic Records, okay? Or from the Eternal Records. Now, I love everybody, okay? I love everybody, regardless as to what packaging you come in. Right now, I am talking to melanoids, okay? And right now I'm talking to melanoids. So if you are subscribed and you listen in, feel free to listen in. But this message is for my fellow melanoids. And I am particularly talking about, because I'm not sure about some other types of melanoids, there seems to be some dissension there seems to be two factions of melanoid, and I'm talking from the Eternal Records now, because there seems to be dissent and not an alignment between two different factions of melanoids. Right now, I am talking to my species of melanoid. This is not going to make sense in the 3D. It is it being human, okay? Because that's why I have even delayed giving this message. And someone else hopefully should come along, because out of the mouth of two or three witnesses, let every word be established, or seek it out yourself if you have access to the records. In my community, there is no justification for the violence, okay? For the way our sons and now even daughters are taking each other's lives. I'm going to go back and put a trigger and a warning on the title. Y'all, my oatmeal is ready. But this is something I felt like I couldn't hold anymore. There is no reason or justification in my community for the way our people take each other's lives. But I need to say this and move on, or else I'll be repeating myself. So while I am not justifying it, please understand. That's why I put in the title that these things would be hard to understand being human. But it may help if a person has a certain level and walks in a certain level of spirituality anyway. This may help them if they've had some type of a loss. We have forgotten as a people who we are. And I mean, in Isaiah 1 speaks to this, because the God said, I knew you before I formed you in the womb. That means there was consciousness there. That book is not talking to everybody. It was found. These manuscripts and things were found. Essentially, what has been the book that these manuscripts that have been found, taken, altered, and turned into a book that supposedly belongs to a religion is actually, and I'm not saying anything new right here, is actually the history book of a people. I want so badly to find an American history book like we had to use in high school and come on YouTube and preach it. Make it a religion. In 1876, yeah, oh, and I don't even know the dates. In 1876, there was a tea party and we poured tea. Didn't we pour it now? Okay, essentially, y'all have turned my people's history, which is not just history. There's actually truths in there of things that have not happened yet. That book is actually an eternal book, and it has no business in everybody's hands, especially if you are a little six ether created being. And I don't hate anybody, but let me say this because I've got to go. This is what may be hard to understand. We have forgotten who we are as a people. As a people, whether in the body and certainly before we took flesh, we are a very fierce people. Okay? There's a balance in us. That's why we are a very loving people. And I find this even in my personal life. We are a very balanced people in our right minds. Because as a collective, we're not in our right minds as a collective right now. But that shall be restored. That's Ezekiel 37. Okay? I think I may make it a mission to go find an American history book and come back on YouTube, fix me a cup of tea and preach from it. Because that's what y'all have done to my folks' history book. Okay? But let me say this and move on. We are a fierce people. There are some of our men who incarnated that are, there's something in the DNA that is so fierce, they will not be laid down by anybody else but a brother. That's not gonna make it hurt less if you've lost somebody, and if you don't have a spiritual connection, and you mostly live a 3D life. If you've lost somebody, that's not gonna help you. But if you understand the fact that we are a spiritual people first, if you understand and are coming back into, because some things should be connecting back together literally in your DNA. Lay off lay off that orange and grape flavored stuff, okay? And the GMO stuff as much as you can. I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to run your life, but stuff should be connecting back, whether you want it to or not. And actually, we are so fearfully and wonderfully made that even things that have been made to kill us, our body will find a way to use it, benefit from it, and we'll dismiss the rest, if you know what I mean. Okay? I'm speaking, if you can't take this, and this does not apply to everybody, because not everybody is being studied and a meeting being held to discuss how melanin is progressing like the Borg on Star Trek. I don't hate anybody, but the only thing I came on here to say, there is no justification for the violence in our community. But as a people, we are a fierce people in our right mind. And there are some of us, some of our brothers, and even probably some of the sisters, but I'm mainly talking about the brothers right now. No other type of being is going to close their eyes. If they have to, if it's their contract to leave Earth and leave this realm at a certain time, they already contracted, their eyes would have to be closed by one of their brothers. They are, and they mean it. They are so fierce. It would have to be somebody that has DNA to close their eyes for them for the contract. That's not everybody, but some of the ones that have left here at the hands of their own species. Some of it, y'all, I'm saying this so y'all, I'm not justifying violence in our community. I'm talking from an Akashic record level. If you can't deal with it, throw it away. But I feel like I was supposed to say this. I gotta go, y'all. Love y'all.